That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? We're 2 days away. Thursday, 6 a.m. Los Angeles time, 9 a.m. New York time. The trailer for Superman will finally drop. Now, of course, yesterday we got our first look at the poster of Superman with that, look up. They even released a little bit of the music in it, which I think sounded wonderful. And I say that as a big fan of the John Williams score and of the Hans Zimmer score from Man of Steel. And I thought it sounded wonderful. I thought it sounded great. Very excited about seeing this, and we talked about that a little bit. But here's the thing. While all of us are very excited to see the Superman trailer, I'm also very nervous. The reason I'm nervous is I kind of alluded to this on yesterday's show. I say this without exaggeration. This is singularly the most important movie trailer in years. Back when Deadpool and Wolverine was getting ready to drop its first trailer, we said this is a very important trailer because, Marvel was struggling a little bit. They really needed a big win, and the first trailer for that was going to be big and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely. But this is that times 10. Because this Superman movie obviously is the first movie, the real first introduction to the new DCU. And you have to understand the context of where the DCU is coming from. When we look at the last bunch of movies they did, it became obvious that the audience had given up on them. Black Adam, which we talked ad nauseum about, but still Black Adam, which was built up they talked about this movie for literally 15 years. With massive hype. Then they got, at the time, the biggest movie star in the world starring in it and all this kind of stuff. The hierarchy of power is going to change. Hell, they even in desperation announced at the end, Henry Cavill pops up in the post-credit scene, everybody. And they announced it. And even then, that movie couldn't even make $400 million.
It made one Black Adam.
It made exactly one Black Adam. Blue Beetle was a good movie. It only made $130 million. Not opening weekend. It made $130 million in total. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, which I actually didn't mind. It was nowhere near as good as the first one. I really liked the first Shazam. But still, it was an okay movie. But the audience had abandoned them. $134 million. The Flash, even with Michael Keaton back as Batman. Good movie. Only made $271 million. And Aquaman 2, the first one made well over $1 billion at the box office. Second one, same director, same lead, dropped by 60% or more. $434 million total. Look, the bottom line is that the DC brand was in the trash can when it came to the movies. It was. I don't like saying that because I liked a lot of the movies they made. I liked almost every one of the movies they made, but the reality is the audience had clearly given up. We're heading now into James Gunn's Superman. This is the start of a brand new cinematic universe. It is not vital that the movie make a lot of money. They don't really care. What they care about is the next 10 movies make money. But that ain't going to happen unless they get people on board with this first one. People got to like it. Hell, I might even say people need to love it. This is a movie that needs to win over the critics and the audiences and really get them on board to pave the way for future success for this new cinematic universe. They got to start the process, the rehabilitation, I've been calling it, the rehabilitation of the image of DC and getting people back on board. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be a slow process, but it absolutely has to start with a Superman movie that is loved. People got to love it. And your first, introduction of this character, it's not coming from still images. It's coming from this first trailer. Because I mentioned this yesterday, but I'll say it again. Transformers 1 was a great movie. And everybody who saw it loved it. Almost everybody. But the problem is, they put out a first trailer that was not good. The first trailer lost everybody. And they never got back. They never gave it a second chance after that first trailer dropped. Even though they dropped another trailer at Comic-Con and everybody seemed to really like that second trailer, it was too late. They lost everybody. And even though this was a great movie, it flopped hard. Mm-hmm. This Superman movie needs to win the hearts and minds of the audience. It needs to win them over. And if you don't take that first big step with the trailer, you may not even get the chance to win the audience over. And so, listen, James, not meaning to put any more pressure on you than is already there, but oh my God, you need to crush this trailer. This trailer has got to crush it. It's because if you don't, and you put out something that really disappoints, I don't know that you're going to win people back over. And I feel bad saying that because, again, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot riding on this. But there's a lot riding on it, and it's got to be great. And that's why, you know, a lot of every movie relies on their trailers to win over the audience. Why am I saying this is the most important trailer in years? Because this is supposed to be the start of a brand new cinematic universe. This is supposed to be the start of not a new movie or even a new movie franchise. It's supposed to be the start of a cinematic universe that they're hoping and planning on making 15, 20, 30, 35, 40 movies and TV shows. And as ridiculous as it may sound, it all hinges on this first Superman movie really winning them over the way Iron Man won everybody over when Robert Downey Jr. first took the screen as Tony Stark. That's what they got to do. And it starts with the first trailer. Because what do we always say? You never get a second chance to make a first impression. It sucks, but it's true. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, The Perfect Jean. All right, let's get real for a second. Khakis, stiff, uncomfortable, and a crime against humanity. That's why I am obsessed with The Perfect Jean. I'm wearing them right now, and let me tell you, they've changed the game. They have full stretch, no resistance, whether I'm sitting for hours, indulging in holiday feasts, or running errands, these jeans move with me. And the best part, I don't feel like I'm in a denim prison. They're stretchy, soft, and crazy comfortable. And these aren't just comfy lounge pants. They look sharp enough for dinner parties and family photos. And with 6 fits, waist sizes up to 50, and lengths up to 38, the Perfect Jean fits everyone. From short kings to tall legends, over 5,000 combinations to get your perfect fit. So what are you waiting for? Stop crushing your balls in stiff, boring jeans. Head to theperfectjean.nyc and use the code Campea15 for 15% off your first order, plus free shipping, returns, and exchanges. That's right, risk-free, folks. Once again, that's theperfectjean.nyc, code Campea15. F your khakis and upgrade to the Perfect Jean. Trust me, your legs and everything else will thank you. And so Chris, as somebody who loves Superman,
so much.
Henry Cavill is my all-time favorite. But I love James Gunn. I cannot wait for this new cinematic universe. I want to see Marvel and DC both making great stuff and all this kind of thing. This countdown to Thursday is not like a normal, ooh, a new Star Wars trailer's coming, or ooh, a new this whatever show trailer's coming. No, I can't remember the last time so much was riding on a first trailer for something. Because it's not just a first trailer for a movie, it's a first trailer for an entire cinematic universe. Yeah. A cinematic universe that is already facing massive hurdles because of the damage done before this. When I say this is the most important trailer in years, what do you think about that?
You're not far off, honestly. You really, really aren't. And, you know.
Did you guys not see the Karate Kid Legends trailer just now? Like, what are you guys talking about? That was the most important.
I really did like that trailer, though. This is huge, though. And the thing is, they're legacy characters. And this is a very big deal when you're auditioning for these kinds of characters, too. Characters that are big parts of just pop culture as a whole. You either are hoping to have a script and then play that out in a way that is true to the core of that character, right? Their relationships ring true, their choices ring true to the kind of just overall legacy that we all have about this character. They're part of the zeitgeist. Or things are played so very differently that it is an absolute decided choice to make them swing that other direction. This obviously has been a lot of course correcting for when DC did do some things that maybe were outside the box or maybe didn't ring true to what people think these legacy characters need to be like. The downside of this also is every time you try to do something that's comic book accurate, no matter how much you please somebody, I mean, look at something like Watchmen, where it's almost shot for shot storyboarded like the graphic novel. Right. There's going to be people who are upset. Right? We had this with Crypto. That's not how I envision Crypto. That's not the dog I would see. Oh, that's not the Superman suit I want. Oh, there's an AI image circulating around that is so obviously AI.
Yeah, it was so brutally obvious.
Of just the Clark Kent look that people are like, not my Clark Kent. everyone just needs to take a breath, first of all, and allow James Gunn to tell his version of this story and see how this plays out. I'm really excited by every single image we've seen, and that little poster that got released when it was on Instagram too, and it had the actual
The
motion
motion
behind
colors in the background.
it's
oh,
a minute long, and I was
so
like, how is this
beautiful.
3 hours? How have I just been staring at this image for so long? It's so good and it's so wonderful. That tagline of look up, I mean, this is going to be a huge movie for them because everybody already has a decided opinion on how they feel about the DC film universe, despite it not really happening. Right?
Yeah, it hasn't even happened yet.
We just still have that previous course in our mouths still. We've got that taste lingering, and we've decided that we know what's best for this universe. I trust James Gunn. I'm really excited to see what he does. He's done so many great things with iconic comic book characters. I mean, who knew about Guardians of the Galaxy before that film, except for diehard comic book fans?
Right.
I really think that he's going to do excellent work here. And that first trailer, I cannot wait to see. It's going to be fundamental that they get the tone right.
By the way, I just want to address this because, and I'm not trying to pick on the viewer, just because this is something that's kind of been out there, but Little Bald Chap, I love that username.
That's a great name.
In our live chat is saying, Man of Steel did over 600 million with poor reviews. If this film is good, no reason it won't surpass that. No reason? Here's what Man of Steel didn't have. Man of Steel didn't have a legacy of a ton of films that failed before it.
Mm-hmm.
Man of Steel didn't have a Blue Beetle that tanked and a Flash that tanked and a Black Adam that tanked. Blue Beetle didn't, or Man of Steel didn't have an entire cinematic universe had to be scrapped because the entire movie world abandoned it. There's no reason it can't do as well? Hell yes, because Man of Steel never had those obstacles. Man of Steel didn't have those hurdles it had to jump over. And I find a lot of film fans just fundamentally don't understand that baggage when it comes to moviegoers is a very real thing. So it's got a lot of stuff it's got to overcome.
There's a lot of people that don't understand. There's a large portion of the movie-going audience that will just think Superman got recast, but this is still part of that world.
Yeah.
They're like, they're not in that bubble. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's really going to be, and that's why I've said for a long time, as a fan, don't expect Superman to make a ton of money. I don't expect it to make a ton of money, no matter how good it is, because it's going to take a little while to win people back over. And that's fine. That's fine. DC, Warner Brothers, James Gunn, Peter Safran are like, it's okay if Superman doesn't make a ton of money, because we just want it to be great to win people back over so that our future movies make tons of money. That's the goal. And it all starts, I hate to overburden it, but it starts with this damn trailer on Thursday. Now, I even said, Chris, the other day, I don't do trailer reactions. I have no problem with, I think trailer reactors are great. I just don't do them myself. I'm not a trailer reactor. I might do a trailer reaction at 6 a.m. Thursday for this. I might. Hell, I may make you two jackals come in here at 6 a.m. on Thursday so you can do it with me.
6 a.m.
I don't
nipples
know,
out.
maybe.
Nipples out reaction.
Nipples out. Nipples out reactions. That is the new hot ones. The nipples out reactions. All right, guys, we're going to start this trailer. Ready? Yep. All right, shirts up.
We definitely use hot sauce.
And we use hot sauce.
Jesus.
So, yeah. By the way, I'm not saying...
Is
Hot
the
nip.
show?
It's fine. There's also
is
ice
happening?
cubes to balance it.
I am not saying, just to be clear, I'm not saying I'm going to do a 6 a.m. reaction to it. I might wait till the show starts, but I'm thinking about it.
You know?
Anyway, guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? I'm saying this trailer is the most important trailer. I'm not saying it's the best trailer but the most important trailer we've had in years because of just how much is riding on it. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree. Are you expecting something great? Are you already looking for this movie? Looking forward to it, I mean. Or are you one of these people who very understandably are like, I'm going to wait and see. You're going to have to win me back over. I would totally get that. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.